Howdy again everyone, and today I'm putting together a short video to check out how the Nikon version of an exciting new Viltrox lens performs. Their autofocus 20mm f2.8. It's a full frame or FX camera lens, and anyone who's seen my original review of it on Sony E-mount will know that this lens is not only very low priced at around $160 but also decently capable. It's fun to use such an ultra-wide angle yet small and light lens on a full frame mirrorless camera. Does this Nikon version perform as well as the Sony version though? Well, I'm going to be checking out how the Nikon Z version handles its electronics and autofocus and how sharp its images look on a 45MP Nikon FX sensor. That is the highest resolution Nikon has to offer at the time of making this video. If you want to find out more about the lens and how its optics perform, then take a look at my full review down in the description below, and if I remember I'll pin it to the comments as well. And thanks to Viltrox who've sent this lens for testing, although as usual this is a totally independent review. They haven't paid me or put any stipulations on this content. The lens's build quality is about the same as before, plastic but solid enough, although with the different Nikon mount the lens is physically a bit bigger. It's not weather sealed, but we still get a USB-C port here for future firmware updates. The manual focus ring still turns fantastically smoothly, and the manual focus response to turning it is slow but smooth. We still see a moderate amount of focus breathing here though. Just like on Sony E-mount, the lens's autofocus motor runs silently, accurately, and just at an average speed, and it had no trouble with subject tracking or anything like that. So, overall, the build quality of this Nikon version of the lens is well up to scratch. It's working absolutely fine on my Z7. So, let's see what its image quality is like on the 45MP full frame sensor of my Z7 then. These pictures are taken with automatic corrections turned on. Straight from f2.8, the lens is fantastically sharp in the middle of the image. Corner image quality is quite a bit softer, but contrast is holding up, and there's still a fairly clear image here. Stop down to f4 for more sharpness and brightness. At f5.6 there's only a tiny improvement in brightness here. The lens stays this sharp down to f11, but f16 looks softer due to the effect of diffraction. Still, for $160 this is a nice performance. The corners could obviously be a bit sharper, but really this is good image quality on a 45MP full frame camera. And while we're on the subject of resolution, the close-up image quality at f2.8 is noticeably softer, unfortunately. However, simply stop down to f4 and it sharpens up again. When it comes to vignetting and distortion, performance against bright light, chroma levels and bokeh, well, naturally all that stuff is the same as the original Sony lens, so check out my full review to find out more about those. Overall though, the Nikon Z version of this handy little lens works pretty much perfectly. Yes, you can get brighter 20mm lenses than this, with sharper image corners, but nothing nearly priced as low as this is available, and it has no serious problems, so I'm happy to say it still comes recommended.